Greetings. Welcome to the FilmMakers Chair. This particular episode is about shooting video of a puppet show. Now, my particular puppet show is actually shot against green screen. I don't actually have a set. I'm going to put the set in later. So I've covered the table with a green screen cloth, and I use my green screen background that you have seen. Well, you haven't seen them because I have a background in the FaerySpeak. However, now the other thing I've done is I've purchased gloves to hopefully mask my hands. Except I didn't buy gloves that are intended for this purpose. I bought gloves that were inexpensive, $12 or so. The proper gloves were about $37, and I didn't think it was worth it at the time. Now I think it was worth it. And that's how it kind of works. You try to figure out what you could do with the least amount of money, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Well, this is one of those dozens. But anyway, it gave me a chance to kind of get into the scheme of things. So I'm showing you the setup. I set up a camera in the background to show you how I went about doing this shoot. And I had planned it out in my head for the longest time, and I finally decided. So I didn't go crazy with props. I made some musical instruments for the bears out of cardboard, basically. Because in reality, I'm not going to have a lot of animation, so, this is part of your imagination. Engaging your imagination. Now, the bear with the drum, he was quite annoying because he kept falling over on me. I would put a lot of energy in the fact of inanimate objects having some kind of consciousness. But if you watch to the very end of this particular segment, you'll notice how those bears stayed very still for the whole time of breaking down the set. Even though I bumped into the table a number of times, they still didn't fall over, which kind of makes me kind of just wonder a little bit. So at any rate, I'm setting up my camera angles, and I have some lights. Now, I basically used my light setup that I used for this FaerySpeak. That was kind of where I made a mistake. I should have taken my two side lights and put them right in front of the table and lit up the characters with light directly in. That was one error. And another error I had was that these gloves are not quite chromatic color green, as you can see. So they don't show up as green in the images. They actually show up as a different color. It's more like black. So it's important to try to have your color scheme as close as possible. Even still, there was some differences between the table green and the wall green. And I think that if I had the lighting in the front of the table, it would have made a big difference. Now, the reason why I'm sharing all this is that even though you make mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. And even though I made mistakes, I made up for it in the editing room. You can't fix everything, but you can fix some things. So I hope you enjoyed the first skit, and I'm going to soon be showing you a few other ones. Now see right there when I was holding the bear and I had the thumb up front? Well, putting the thumb over the front of the bear causes a void. So when you go to see it online on the with the green screen and a photo put in place of it, it actually becomes a hole. Now this could have some usefulnesses. If you want to have a hole go through a person's body, you could actually put a green circle on their torso and have it look like it's shooting right through the through a body. So here's some possibilities for Halloween. But here you go. As you can see, I'm breaking down the set, and those three bears are staying nice and still. And I'm moving the table around, and I'm putting things on there. I just find it kind of an interesting thing.